Greetings, everyone. This is Simone Flowers. I currently work at Montclair State University, which is located in Montclair, New Jersey. I will briefly describe our strategic technology plan, and I would like to start off with a quote by Dean Kamen. Every once in a while, a new technology, an old problem, and a big idea turn into an innovation. I will briefly speak about a new initiative that will be implemented for the upcoming academic 2019-2020 school year called the Student Advising Success Tool, or SAST for short. But first, let's speak a little bit about the reasons it is important to remain current in the technology world. As you can see, welcome to the future. This particular slide is focusing on first graders. Our first graders are utilizing iPads in the classroom. They're used as a learning tool. And by the time these first graders graduate high school, it will be the year 2031. By the time they graduate college, it will be possibly the year 2035. The expectation will continue to arise when it comes to being current with our technological platforms for our current and future students. So it's very imperative for our institution to always remain 10 steps ahead, because this is our future, and our future has high expectations, especially when it comes to utilizing technology and how to navigate it and how to make it user-friendly as well as customer-oriented, because at the end of the day, they are our customers, not just students. It is all here. This is our current motto, our current tagline. And when students see this particular model, their expectation is it's all here. That means anything that I'm seeking to accomplish, I expect it to be at Montclair State University. So our NEST program is a web front base. It stands for Networking, Engaging Student/Staff Transaction, and it's an application that's utilized by all our faculty, staff members, and students. Just a brief description of NEST. It's the primary student and faculty staff web front-end gateway at Montclair State University. It has a streamlined processes, which once relied on human intervention, basically minimizing a lot of paperwork. It also includes the capability of self-services, for degree auditing, which is focusing on classes and scheduling, fee and tuition, real-time payments, and everything is at a one click by a single sign-on, which is our user ID and password. As other accessibility to different applications, which are subsidiaries of NEST, are called Self-Service Banner, DegreeWorks, TouchNet, and many more. However, SAT will be a new initiative, which is a notation functionality, and that will serve as a common thread for all professional users to remain on the same accord when helping resolving students' situations, because they're always going to be unique. They may be similar, but a lot of times there's a dissension or discord when it comes to communicating different situations when it comes to our students. So, for example, if a student visits the financial aid department and they speak to a financial aid counselor, the counselor will provide what they need to provide in regards to the student's situation. And then eventually, let's say the financial aid counselor says, we need you to meet with a representative from the dean's office. They will immediately update their notes by basically explaining what was said to the student, what was advised to the student, what the current situation is. So by the time they get to the dean's office, and they said that they came from financial aid, and sometimes our students don't always convey the information the way how it's told to them. So this notation device will assist us to remain on the same page. So we're basically passing the torch. It's like passing the baton. Financial aid said this, they said to come here. Now we know what we can do, and we're all remaining on the same accord, the same page, so there's less confusion. The student feels like they're being heard, as well as being serviced and supported. And that introduces the 3 C's: cohesiveness, communication, and community. It's extremely imperative for all of these characteristics to correlate, because SAST will provide that togetherness that we need so we're all on the same accord. If we're all on the same accord, we're going to be communicating the same way. Even though there's different departments that are included, at least we can pick up on what the last person has stated. So a lot of times our students, like I mentioned earlier, do not always convey what is told to them. Sometimes they lie because they're under stress, or they feel like if I say something else to a different department head, then I can get my way. But at least with this particular functionality, it would allow us to remain as a unit. The communication will be more effective, and the village or the community will be at a better stance and at a better level for our students. And then that will become the expectation, which will fall into "It's all here" tagline. When it comes to budgeting, to implement this initiative, the budget will be a little bit over $30,000 annually, and this will also include upgrading certain functionalities within the NEST system for students registered with our Disability Resource Center. So we have our students who are possibly at risk, like dealing with homelessness, food insecurities, having particular disabilities like hearing impaired, legally blind. So the DRC, short for Disability Resource Center, will be able to provide with the new initiative and upgrade certain functionalities for students who need this particular type of services. As well as with the SAST notation, it will keep everyone in the loop, especially if we're dealing with our at-risk students, because sometimes we get them after the fact because there's a mixed line of communication between students and one department to another department. So this SAST functionality really will be a great implementation, a great addition for the entire campus community to remain, again, on the same accord when it comes to assisting our students. Because at the end of the day, it's about support. At the end of the day, it's about providing the right guidance. At the end of the day, it's becoming more diligent and more resourceful. And a lot of times we do become desensitized within our job position, but this is going to force us to really think beyond the box and to be more forceful and more aware in communicating with other departments effectively. Because at the end of the day, our students are the one that are on the receiving end from our services. And a lot of times they can get a good service from one department, bad service from another, but at the end of the day, we're under the Montclair State University umbrella. So I truly do believe that this will be a great innovative addition to our campus community, and the way how they structure the itemization with the budgeting and things like that is basically forecasted for the next 3 years. So we're hoping that this will be a success, and which will continue to add more success and more innovative ideas in order for our students to return and to enjoy and not feel necessarily restricted or, not having a better experience when it comes to the services overall, and not just believe that one department can service better than another. So at the end of the day, the goal is just to make sure that we're all a cohesive unit, purposeful, intentional when it comes to servicing our students. Because at the end of the day, our goal is it's all here, and the expectation is to provide that for our students regardless of any types of adversity. And as long as we keep our open lines of communication, we're on a great track on becoming a better and better self-serving, student-oriented community. Do you have any additional questions? Please do not hesitate to reach out. Thank you.